Hey everyone, welcome back to Brick System Brothers. In early June this year, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was released in theaters, and I was able to see it with Josh recently. Really enjoyed the movie, pretty cool. We have a very intriguing character, Spider-Man 2099. Now, LEGO has not announced, or I haven't heard any rumors about sets tying into this movie or this character. But it just so happens that LEGO did release a minifigure variant of this character in 2018. The set information here on BrickLink says 2019, but if we jump over to BrickSet, they actually track releases here, and we can see that it started showing up in late 2018 and then was retired in late 2020. So the typical run for a LEGO set, about 2 years, and it has been off the retail market for almost 3 years now. So this Spider-Man set retailed for about $40. It had over 400 pieces, 4 decent minifigs. It was probably a pretty good deal at the time. I don't particularly remember seeing this steeply discounted anywhere. It probably was for sale towards the end of its run, but it was probably still going for $30 at the cheapest off the shelves. BrickLink happens to track price data, and this is what caught my eye and why I wanted to make a video. Corresponding to that June release date for the Spider-Man movie, we all of a sudden see a jump in the quantity of these sets being resold on BrickLink, and not only in the quantity, but also a beginning of a trend line pointing up for the price. So right now, as of later July 2023, the set seems to be breaking the $100 barrier. So for a retail of $40, breaking $100, that's over 100% return already. And as of a year ago, you're probably only getting closer to 15 to 20% return on a sealed set. A used set was probably selling for about market price. Jump over to eBay just to confirm things here, and we see a lot of the most recent listings are actually closer to 150. Bidding prices might start a little lower, but buy it now is going to be probably over $100 anywhere you look. If you see this set for sale for less than that, it's a good chance the seller has already sold the minifig individually and is just trying to get rid of a partial version of the set without him. So if you're going around eBay looking for this minifig and trying to get the entire set with it, just keep an eye out for that. If you're getting a partial set, probably won't have $20.99. And just another thing to mention here, BrickLink does keep track of the individual minifigures. So that's the set information, just the one set there. And pricing trends for this guy, very similar looking plot to the set itself, where we see a large uptick in the quantity starting in actually late May, but obviously more so in June. Towards the end of July, this will probably be up there as well. And then, of course, the pricing here actually breaking the $70 mark now just for this one minifigure. And it's a decent looking minifig. It's obviously not going to be a perfect match for the movie version of the character we saw this year, and we probably won't get that unless LEGO does do some tie-in sets for the movie. But this is at least, a minifigure that's out there to collect for those fans that want to have corresponding figs for each of the different variants of Spider-Man. So very interesting price trends here going up. And just something to keep in mind if you are a LEGO collector, LEGO reseller, LEGO investor, whatever overlap of those things you might be interested in. This is the kind of thing you don't necessarily see or plan for when you're picking up sets at a discount or even at full retail value, where some of these more obscure minifigures that they're putting in, superhero sets or maybe a Star Wars set that flies under the radar, or generally more so with a branded set, but even some of the unbranded, unlicensed ones, you might get something interesting that'll simmer for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden there'll be a pop culture tie-in or a reference that will shoot it into the limelight and give you an opportunity to have a little bit of a payoff there. But just something I thought I'd put out there and mention. This is the first that I had seen it, just randomly browsing through some of the fan sites and taking a look at different parts and stuff.